Welcome to this video lecture. Myself Atul Kumar, working as a assistant professor in Department of Computer Science, Rajiv Gandhi Memorial, Government College, Jogindanagar. This video lecture is about introduction to data structures. In this video lecture, I will discuss about what is data, what is information, what is the need of data structures, what are the advantages of a good data structures. So, all we know today we will process a large amount of data. So among the vast applications of a computer, the major application is to manage and to process this large amount of data. So the knowledge about representing data is the fundamental need of a computer science. So all we do what we do in computer science is to do a computer programming, and the main objective behind computer programming to do a calculations efficiently and to store and retrieve data in a very optimistic way. So the study of structuring data, that is called as data structure, and algorithms that manipulate that data is the heart of computer science. So before I will discuss about what is data structure, we must know about what is data and what is the information. So the term data has been derived from the word datum. So the data word is derived from the word datum, and the term data refers to the value or simply the set of values that are raw and unorganized. So basically data is the set of values or a value that are raw and unorganized. Data may be simple, random, or useless until it is organized. And when we organize this simple, random, or useless data, then it becomes a information. So for example, I will give you the example of a student filling a admission form in a college campus that seek admissions in the college. So the admission form, when filled properly, consists of raw facts about a student. These raw facts contains the student name, father name, address, their previous results. So they also include multimedia files such as image, audio files, and video clips. All these are raw data about a student, and this is called as student data. And when we process that student data in a meaningful form, then it becomes a information. So when we organize a raw data, structure it, and present in a meaningful context, then it becomes information, so that it becomes useful for decision making and understanding. For example, the data collected from a student's admission form can be used to generate different kind of information. The information may include to create a merit list or to create student account information. So when we process a raw data, then it becomes a information. So in this diagram, it is clear, when we process this data, then it becomes a information. For the sake of example, we have this number, and this is a raw data. We don't know what is actually this number, what is the meaning of this number. And when we process this number, and then it is basically the date of birth of a some person or a student. So this is a information, and this is a data. So data is basically a raw unorganized facts, and when we organize this data into a meaningful form, then it becomes a useful information that is used for a decision making and for planning. So basically data are and informations are interchangeable terms, but technically we can't draw any kind of conclusion from a data. But in case of information, we can draw a conclusion from that information that play a very useful role in decision making which is obtained from the data. Next, what is data structures? So as we know about what is data and what is information, so the basically the definition of data structure is the way of storing the data in a computer memory so that it can be used efficiently. And the computer memory here we will discuss is basically a primary memory, that is a RAM. So when we organize some data or to store some data in a computer memory so that it can be used by a computer system in an efficient way, then it is called a data structure. In a formal way, a data structure is a logical or mathematical model of a organization of a data. So there are different kinds of data structures available in computer science. Some of examples are arrays, linked list, stacks, queues. There are many more data structures, and I will go in detail about those data structures when we go through them. Data structures are widely used in almost every field of computer science. They include operating systems, compiler design, artificial intelligence, graphics, and many more other fields that include or uses data structures. Also, they are widely used in computer programming. So next, why we need data structures in computer science? So as we know, the applications are getting complex and the amount of large data is increasing day by day. So there is a need or there may arise the different problems. The problem may include processor speed, as to handle a very large amount of data high processing speed is required. But as the data is growing day by day to the billions of files per entity, processor may fail to deal with this large amount of data. So here, to handle this problem, we use or we need this data structure. Next important problem is data search. Suppose we have an inventory size of 106 items. So this is basically small inventory in a store, and if we want to search a particular item in that inventory, then we have to traverse or we have to search through each 106 items every time, and this is very cumbersome and tedious task. And also this require the use of this data structure so that the items are organized in a efficient way in the computer memory so they can be searched efficiently. Next important problem is multiple request. As we know, in web servers, if we want to if different or thousand of users are searching for a data simultaneously, then there are the chances that a very large server can be failed during that process. For example, if thousands are users are searching for a railway ticket of a particular route, then there may be a chances that that server will fail due to a very heavy rush on that or a heavy load on that server. So multiple requests also fail that large server, and here we come this the need of a data structure. So in order to solve these kind of problems like processor speed, data search, and multiple request, we need data structures. Next, what are the characteristics or advantages of a good data structures? So we know what is data structures, so now we must know what are the advantages of a good data structure. The first advantage is efficiency. So efficiency of a good program depends upon the choice of a data structure. So what kind of data structure we choose in our program, that makes our program efficient for a better results. For example, suppose we want to search a particular record in a data. So if we use a data structure name array, then that is not a very efficient kind of data structures, that because we have to go through each and every record. If we want to if suppose we have a array of suppose 1 lakh items, and if we want to search that 1 lakh items, any item in 1 lakh items, so we have to go through each item in that 1 lakh item to search a particular item, and that is basically takes more time, and it is not a efficient way to handle or to use that kind of data structures. So there may be different or better data structures which make that search process efficient, like ordered array. Binary search tree is also a kind of data structure, or hash tables. I will discuss all these data structures in detail in upcoming video lectures. For this so based upon the need, we have to use a particular data structures. Next important characteristic is reusability. So data structures are reusable. So what is reusable? That is, we have just to implement a particular data structure once, and we can use that data structures every time or any time when we require that data structures. So implementation of data structures can be compiled into libraries, and which can be used in by different clients at different times for the sake of reusability. Next important characteristics is abstraction. So abstraction is basically specified by ADT, that is abstract data type, which provides a level of abstraction. So the client program uses the data structure through interface only, without getting into the implementation details. So in case of abstraction, we just go through the important features of that particular data structure without going into the implementation details, that is how that is particularly implemented in or technically implemented in the ground level. So this is basically the third important feature or a characteristics of a good data structure. So thanks for watching this video lecture.